Hey, what's going on? My name is Andrew. You can call me Pooch, and I'd like to welcome you to the Less Lonely channel. I am really glad you're here. It's been a minute since I shot a video, and also today is my birthday. Well, today isn't my birthday. Today is July 3rd, but I'm putting this out tomorrow, so today is my birthday. Yay!
I need to go to my quiet place.
Mama told me I'm a tall glass. Try to take a sip with your lips, hey, you can't finish all that. Running through the city with a hall pass. Way too cool for the school, hey, I think I'm in the wrong class. Ticket time, eyes on the prize, making sure that we shine. Got like 8, need 2 for the down. Living how we living, so we living just fine. Hey, all the way up, this is not a test. Got a little change, you can keep the rest. Always Sunday when we on the set. Keep it on running till we out of breath. Yeah, let's just
I'm sick of making videos.
I am having a little bit of an existential crisis as a creative person, as someone who, like everyone else, is getting older. There's like this cognitive dissonance in my brain about like what I want to achieve as a creative person and just the reality that like life is just moving forward and I can't stop it. So yeah, like today's video is going to be a little deep, but also I want to like kind of keep it light because I think I can get overly serious about everything in life. And so I wanted to just take a moment. I'm like literally processing things. Brittany's out of the house right now. And I'm just processing what it means to turn 31 tomorrow, or today is the day that you're watching this video. I didn't like really worry about turning 30. 30 felt like a huge, awesome moment for me. Like, let's get into it. The start of something new. This feels so fresh and so new. And I was excited. And I also felt like 30 was going to be the year that I just like did it all. I was just going to like white knuckle it through life, fifth gear it, crush it, worry about nothing but just making moves. And then I was going to look back at 30 and be like, I've arrived. Spoiler alert, I've not done that. I've not arrived anywhere. Turning 31 is going to be literally just another mark in a very long process. And that's got me feeling away, clearly. That's got me feeling away. So I was reflecting, and I just want to lay out like 3 things that have been like grounding me, helping me as a creative, helping me as a person. And here's the thing, like if I could go back in time and talk to like 22-year-old me, right? I would want him to know these things. I'd want him to like pick up these practices, because being someone who is creative, trying to put your art and your work out into the world while also fighting the clock, is that you feel like you're constantly running out of time. So I'm gonna stop. Let's just get into it. Here are 3 things I've learned in my 31 years here on Earth. Number 1 is accept the truth. Accept reality. That is something that like should be so easy, right? Like literally we just gotta accept our reality. We have to accept what is going on in life. But a lot of times I think it's nearly impossible to, because again, we have this idea in our minds that we were going to do certain things at certain times, we're going to achieve certain things, and when those things don't happen, reality becomes almost unacceptable for us. You know, in some ways, like I don't want life to always be the way that it is. I want things to be different. I desire things to be idealistic and beautiful and whole and life-giving and exciting and fun. And life is not those things always. And that is like a gut punch. It's just a hard hit to the face sometimes. But I think the gift in acceptance is that you can live presently. Like we almost go through life in like a fog or a haze, like a phantom just kind of floating from place to place, just like groaning and moaning and hoping that things would be different, or not even hoping sometimes, just like being angry that things aren't different. But here's the flip side. Like acceptance for me has been a way to go, okay, sure, things aren't exactly how we want them to be. I don't think any one of us were expecting to experience the past couple of years that we've experienced. In spite of those things, or in light of those things, it's not the question of why is life this way, but it's what do I get to do now in response to these events happening. All right, the second thing on the list is write everything down. Let me show you something. You see this right here? This beautiful little leather-bound journal was a gift from my wife on my last birthday. And I did actually start writing in it on my birthday. You see, this journal right here was actually inspired by another journal, my grandfather's journal from World War II. He traveled Europe from New Jersey, and he wrote down like his adventures. And that's where this comes into play. You see, we've been living history. I think a lot of times it's easy to think of life as dull and boring, and we're all just out here surviving, which could be true. But if that journal taught me anything, is that keeping record of what you experience in life, not through Instagram or through YouTube video, but through paper, grounds you to reality in a way that these other things can't. And this isn't some kind of like pretentious, like go to a concert without a cell phone or sit at a dinner table without texting somebody. Like, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. This, though, this is not for anyone else. Those things feel performative at times. This thing right here is for me. And I gotta say, this has like changed the game for me. Literally, I was feeling so stressed and anxious and depressed about turning 31, and I just sat down here at my desk and I just started writing. And in doing that, I kind of felt myself come out of a slump. So the second thing I'd say is write everything down. It's like the best free therapy you can get. And lastly, the very last thing I'd say, do not lose perspective. Try everything in your might to keep it. Because a lack of perspective, I truly believe, shifts us away from any potential growth. I think it holds us in place, and I really do think that it robs us of the gift and the joy that comes with getting older. For a while, and even to this day, I really struggle with the idea of like me as a person getting older. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like, I have some gray hair. I'm losing hair on the top of my head. I got this long mane, but I mean, I just gotta be honest with you guys. Like this stuff is enough to like really rattle me. Like I get stressed about it. I'm like, no, I'm getting older. But perspective is so important because it takes those things. It takes the fears. It takes the anxieties, and it says, hey, yes, like it is okay to feel those things. Like we're not supposed to not feel a way about getting closer to our death. But the reality is like we all will die. And I'm not trying to get like super dark here. What I'm trying to say is simply that gives us an opportunity to have a new perspective. If we can focus on our death, if we can meditate on the fact that we all do get older, even really cool looking 20-year-olds, like we all end up getting older. I was that once, and you might be that now, or you might have been that at one point. But if like we're all ultimately headed towards an end, maybe that levels the playing field a little bit. Like maybe we don't all have to achieve everything as soon as we imagine it. So maybe instead of like measuring up one another or trying to see where we fit and how we're growing and how successful we are, we can just look and focus on the reality that we all have this one immediate life. And depending on what you believe, there may be multiple lives, there may be end afterlife, whatever. I don't care about that. What I do care about though is that if we all have this one, this is the one we get to worry about immediately. And if we worry about it immediately, that means that we get to enjoy it. We get to focus on it. We get to squeeze the juice out of it. I just wish I could is there like a juice squeezing sound effect I'm gonna put in? That's gross. I just think that perspective is literally the thing that keeps us on track. In the midst of the chaos, in the midst of all the craziness in life, I'm happy for the most part. I'm healthy. I've got family. I've got friends. I've got companionship. I've got a job that really satisfies me and fulfills me. I get to create every day. I'd say that's a win. So that is my thoughts, my feedback, the things I would say on turning 31, and what I would say to 20-year-old me, or what I would say to myself today even. Like, forget 20-year-old me. Like, that's what I feel today, what I need to hear today. So this was a little deviation from like my regular videos. I talk about creativity a lot and things like that. So if you're new here, like, thanks for sticking around listening to an old man rant about his age. I'm not old. Thank y'all for being here. I really do feel a lot less lonely being able to share where I'm at on my creative journey. And if you want to feel less lonely in your creative journey, then I'd recommend you leaving a like, dropping a comment, and ultimately subscribing so we can be creative together and feel less lonely. Y'all, I'll be 31. Let's keep creating. Honestly, here's the thing. I feel like we're just getting started. And that's like really exciting. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Okay, honestly, like I just made a fool of myself dancing, and I don't care. I thought that was so funny. I was like cracking up while I was editing it. I have no dance move. Horrible. I think I might need to take dance lessons in my 31st year of life because sweet Jesus, that was so bad.
Mama told me I'm a tall glass. Try to take a sip with your lips. Hey, you can't finish all that. Running through the city with a hard pass.